Good morning and welcome to another informative episode of Housing Development, your go-to source for anything and everything that's got to do with housing in Nigeria and beyond. I am your housing diva, Flora Ani. Among the many problems hitting the Nigerian populace, shelter happens to be a more challenging one. At over 17 million in deficit and millions homeless, housing issues in Nigeria has assumed an alarming one. After the break, we shall be discussing demystifying the housing deficit in the country, facts and figures, as deliberated by stakeholders at the just concluded Abuja International Housing Show. Welcome back. Major players in the real estate and finance sector at the just concluded Abuja International Housing Show has opined that there is a housing deficit in the country, and this housing deficit is multi-dimensional. This was reached at the Day 2 section of the event as panelists gives highlights of the subset of deficit experienced in the country.
Keep a date with Housing Development Program every week on TVC. Housing Development is the first and pioneer housing program in Nigeria and by extension, Africa. It remains the authentic voice of the Nigerian housing and construction industry. Housing Development is the only credible and specialized platform for seasoned professionals in the build industry, where quality and credible players in the real estate sector meet to interact, showcase, and analyze government policies. It is no doubt that hundreds of thousands of prospective Nigerians who desire to own their personal properties have done so through the assistance of Housing Development Program in the last 10 years. If you are a stakeholder in the build industry, here is where you must be. We are authentic, credible, and supported by all the leading professionals in the build industry. Housing Development on TVC.
Availability of and accessibility to accurate, reliable and timely housing data is germane to the operation of finding a lasting solution to the housing issues in the country. Demystifying Nigeria's housing deficit A discourse on data and facts was one of the topics deliberated on at session 3 of day 2 of Abuja International Housing Show, chaired by Professor Charles Iyangete. In demystifying the housing deficit, Dr. Charles Kalu Mba, head Rail Sector Statistics, Central Bank of Nigeria, says there are various challenges which the housing sector in Nigeria faces. According to him, these challenges are the main causes of aggravating housing deficit which the nation has encountered through the years.
We have a multi-dimensional deficit, and that's how we had to approach it, from that multi-dimensional approach, by looking at all the various segments of the value chain and the segments of the sector in the housing sector. So we looked at the main crux of housing, which is land administration. From the data there, you will see that there is a deficit, because when the processing of land documents takes a long time for people to get it done, or it's not even available, then it's a challenge, and that's a deficit. We looked at the aspect of construction of those houses. If it is not forthcoming, also that's a deficit, and that's the business side of our data collation. Then looking at finance, which is the mortgage creation, we saw also a deficit. And then when we look at the ability to pay, effective demand, which is from the off-taker side, also there was a very huge deficit. So when we talk about housing deficit in Nigeria, I would say that it's so huge that all we need to do is to start looking at them at those various segments.
Also speaking on data and facts as it relates to the housing shortage in the country, Surveyor Ugochukwu Chime, MD, Copen Group, also reiterates the facts that there are so many data subsets that are also critical.
One thing that is crucial is that the issue of deficit is not the data holistically that we are looking at. There are so many data subsets that are critical. Deficit is in terms of the overall deficit between what the demand is and what the supply is, starting with the baseline survey. But we decided to look at some other issues that will move the dial forward for all of us. One of the most critical issues and challenge we have is understanding the land administration practices in the 37 land administration entities we have in Nigeria. We have the 36 states and FCT. For an investor, I need to know how many steps it takes for me to get approval. I need to know the transaction time and transaction cost at those levels. I need to know the cost of perfecting titles. I need to know the number of days it will take for me to perfect titles. These are the data that we sought to engage in abstracting from the states and FCT, the 37 land administration entities in the country. The second question, that as a person who needs to have a home, we need to know who are the operators in the sector. Where are the developers? Where are the primary mortgage banks? Because these are operating on the supply side and on the demand side. So if I want to buy a house, I'm a diasporan, I can Google and find out, I want to buy a house in Ekiti. Which is the nearest PMB in Ekiti? Which is the developer operating in Ekiti? This is the second data, what we call the business data that I want to have. Now, the third data is the element of affordability. If I'm going to serve people, I need to know where they are located and what is the next lowest hanging fruit in terms of destination of choice for investment for my company.
The major stakeholders at this session agree that there is a housing deficit in the sector, but emphasized that efforts has been in place to get a robust data repository in the sector with the help of both private and public organizations.
So with respect to what we're doing at NMRC and taking this forward, so as to be able to ensure that we are really touching the real information to grow the housing market and provide affordable housing to our people, we linking the macroeconomics data to the overall housing data. And we can see some real correlations between, the number of the population growth, the income of our people, the number of, the average household in each of the geopolitical zones, and again, looking at what we consider to be the housing conditions, which we've been failing to look at. Having like 20 million houses, it doesn't mean that all these houses are formal dwellers. So for the ones that have, poor housing conditions, we shouldn't really be looking at them as real housing, but we should be looking at how to upgrade them.
Perhaps more refined data would enable us to be able to establish exactly what is top priority for us. We cannot just assume that it's the same. I picked up from Benga's presentation a number of very critical issues which have impact on risk, and risk is what the investor, especially the external investor, is looking at. This is the image of the country, the security issues, and when they're pricing their return on investment on a risk-adjusted basis, you would find Nigeria doesn't rank as highly as it ought to because of those issues. I picked up in the data this whole issue of having a repository. This has been the intention from the very early days of creating the housing market system, and I'm glad to see it's moving forward. I see it's good to see that there is a host now for it, and TK, I'm glad you're staying the course on this. I want to also particularly acknowledge the fact that the CAHF, which I was privileged to sign an MOU with in '87, have now come on board. It's so important to collaborate on a continental basis. Africa should be able to draw in resources much more than we are doing if we do not move forward by collaborating. I'm glad to see the composition of data. I'm glad to also see consolidation of data in terms of the needs of the survey. So these two sides of the coin work together.
Some stakeholders there at the just concluded AIHS 2021, analyzing the data and facts of Nigeria's housing deficit. The 2021 AIHS for the event has ended, but the memory will surely linger on in the minds of many local and international participants. Now, here are some exhibitors that attended the show.
My name is Patrick Nlekwa. I'm the Corporate Communications Manager for First Generation Mortgage Bank. We are one of the leading mortgage banks in Nigeria, and we've been in mortgage business for well over 30 years. And basically, mortgage is a process whereby, someone gets a house through us, an already built house, and you get to pay in 10 years. You pay maybe a 20 or 30% equity. The house becomes yours. You move in, and you start paying for over 10 years and at a 9.9% interest rate. So we are one of the few mortgage banks that offer mortgages at that 9.9% interest rate. So people come to us a lot for mortgages. We have 3 bedrooms, we have duplexes, then we have other products, home financing products that we offer. Loans, construction loans, shop ownership loans. Then we have other next gen accounts designed for children. You raise your kids and teach them about mortgages over time, so that when they grow up, they will know those things that their parents didn't know about owning a house early. So we teach them to start saving for them early. We actually have a lot of low income earners come to us for mortgages when we have buildings that are within that range. So then some of them that process the NHF through us and all that. So it's a business. It's favorable because a lot of people we offer carcass level, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms with boys' quarter space, bungalows mostly. So we are one of the few people that still have those bungalows existing, and all that. So we give that. So a lot of people come to us for those houses.
Battery Direct is actually a sanitary company. Basically, what we do is we provide a very affordable and quality sanitary wares for basically also real estate developers. What we've come to realize is that for real estate developers, they would like to, sell house and get, a very lucrative ROI from their investments. So what we do basically here is to ensure that they get quality sanitary wares and very affordable sanitary wares for all their projects. And it has been an exciting business venture for us, basically.
Right now, we're doing a whole lot. We have so many projects going on in different places in Abuja. We have one in Mabushi, which we call Constraint Cubes. Mabushi. It's an estate. It's a very big estate that houses up to 336 units. We have terraces there. We have flats. We have semi-detached and everything. Then we have in Wumba, and we named it Mid Valley Wumba. It houses 128 units of 5-bedroom terraces. We have a Maitama. It houses 12 units of 9-bedroom duplexes. So we have those ones now. Then we have other things in the pipeline that we're planning to start.
We have in partnership with AIHS Bank, which makes payments for your houses very easy. And at the end of the day, you realize that you're paying up your loan without interest. Like you're giving a period of 5 to 7 years to pay up your loan. So you literally don't have any excuses as to why you don't have a house. Strategic locations too. All our houses are situated at the heart of the city. Access to entertainment, access to good road facilities, education, everything you can think of. We provide houses at a very, very flexible payments plan.
My name is Ifeanyi Chukwunweke. All right. I work with First Trust Mortgage Bank. We deal in house. We help people get access to NHF and mortgage. You understand? So we are here to also help individuals, citizens to get a house of their own. Our rent to own is this type of product that when you key in, you open an account with us, you make a monthly deposit that after a period of time, say 3 years, 2 years, you can use it as equity to get your own offer letter, and while you start making the payment continuously.
Sticks and Stones Homes is a real estate company. We are a leading company in the real estate space in Abuja. Currently, we have about 4 full-out projects in the Abuja market space. We have 3 estates, fully residential. We have a plaza housing GTB Bank and Airtel in Wuse 2. The plaza house about 75 plus offices and shops. So it's a big, plaza. It's in Wuse 2, Adetokunbo Ademola Crescent on Wuse 2. And our estates also, 3 of them in Apo, huge estates. We have semi-detached duplexes, terrace duplexes, fully detached duplexes, and all that. This is the first time we're being here, and we like it so far. We like what we're seeing, the crowd, the energy, there's an array of things to do here, things to see, the connectivity, the interactions, the exposure, the opportunities here. There's a lot happening here, and we're happy that we made it out this time. And I believe that with this first outing, it's going to be a repeat occurrence for us who come here next year.
My name is Akubeze Okocha. I am the Digital Communications Officer for Brains and Hammers, a real estate company. Actually, we're more than a real estate company. We're also a hospitality company and an infrastructure company in Nigeria. We've completed over 10,000 housing units in Abuja. We have Apo Life Camp. We have Brains and Hammers City. We actually have 2 cities under construction. We have Bungalow City, which is more of our affordable housing project. And we have even more of the luxury range houses in Guzape, and even in Lagos, we have places like in Ikoyi. We have projects that we've completed in Lekki 1. beach resort project. We have projects in Freedom Way or Gombo. So Brains and Hammers is really a multinational company. Brains and Hammers actually has a subsidiary which is focused solely on providing affordable housing units. And we work very closely with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria so that we are able to provide mortgage options to people to be able to even buy houses, people who may not ordinarily be able to afford a house. Now, with the mortgage system that we offer you in collaboration with the Federal Mortgage Bank, you're able to create a payment plan that can last up to 30 years. You know, it's so flexible, it's so easy for anyone really. So I feel like Brains and Hammers is a company that is not only trying to do luxury, we are also trying to do affordability, accessibility, and also trying to encourage from the one spectrum of society to another. Everybody really does deserve the right to housing, and Brains and Hammers is working to ensure that.
As the saying goes, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You know, without time off work, a person becomes both bored and boring. Well, the organizers of Abuja International Housing Show ended the 2021 AIHS with an award and dinner night. Now here are the sights and sounds. Enjoy.
It was a night of glitz and glamour as the Abuja International Housing Show ended on the fourth day with an award and dinner night. Guests and dignitaries wined and dined after a long 4 days of active sessions and presentations. Individuals and organizations were recognized for their leadership, innovation, and brilliant service delivery to housing development in not just Nigeria, but Africa. Andrew Chimfonda, the MD of Shelter Afrique, Kenya, won the AIHS Africa Leadership Award. In same category, Hakim Oguniran, MD, Eximia Realty, Surveyor Ugochukwu Chime, MD, Copen Group, Umar Abdullahi, Chairman, Coast Groove and Baskarao, MD, Royal Ceramics, also bagged AIHS Africa Leadership Award.
And finally on this category, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite for his award Umar Abdullahi, the founder CEO of Coast Groove Investment Limited.
The most affordable housing project went to Millard Fuller Foundation. Octo 5 Holding Limited got the award of PropTech Company of the Year. Dangote Cement got an outstanding award in real estate job creation, while AFP Furniture was recognized as Best Furniture Company of the Year.
The next, ladies and gentlemen, is Award for Excellence in Real Estate Development. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first on our list is Victoria Creek Gardens Estate.
The awardees expressed their excitement for being honored at such a platform, known as the most credible in the housing sector in Nigeria, even as the organizer of the Abuja International Housing Show, Festus Adebayo, expresses his joy for a successful event.
I'm so grateful to God for the grace, so grateful for the protection of everybody, the environment, no casualty, no bad news. Oh, so I'm so happy. And in the area of the sector, I see a lot of people networking. I see people coming around saying thank you. I see a lot of people telling me they are happy. Oh, so my expectations are met.
My name is Andrew Pandeka Chimponda. I'm the group CEO or MD of Shelter Afrique.
Okay, so how do you feel about this award?
I'm very elated. I'm very excited. This award, which I've been given by the Abuja International Housing Show, is for Africa housing leadership. Our mandate is to deliver decent and affordable homes for Africans, and the fact that we are being recognized encourages us and motivates us to do even more before the next show in 2022.
Congratulations on your award. How do you feel about this award?
Thank you very much. We feel quite excited winning this award, as always.
As always.
As
So
always.
what does it translate to your company?
Like I said, as always, we are happy when we win it. It's the 5th consecutive time Julius Berger AFP is winning the leadership award for the furniture and furnishing category of the Abuja International Housing Show. And it translates to the fact that Nigerians and Africans have accepted Julius Berger AFP's leadership in the industry. And we intend to maintain that momentum going forward.
I'm very grateful to God Almighty, and I'm very grateful to my team and my family. It's quite impressive. This is our first time here, and we got an award of excellence.
This week, we'll be wrapping up today's edition of Housing Development. Thanks for watching. Keep it at the same time next week. I remain Flora Oni, your Housing Diva. To have a lovely weekend.